Welcome to the Leverage Show. This is Brett Ingram. I'm super pumped today to talk to you about a way to triple your online sales from just one simple change in your sales strategy. Now, depending on what industry you're in and how much selling you do online, what I'm going to share with you will actually work offline as well, but it works much better online when you're dealing with a website and selling products or services through a site. Now, before we jump right into the technique, I want to talk to you a little bit about customer acquisition and why this technique is so important and so effective, and then I'll share it with you and you'll see how it all fits together. So when you're growing your business and you want to build revenues, there's really only a couple of things that you can do, right? You can get more customers, because if you have more customers buying your stuff, you're going to be able to make more sales. You can charge them more every single time that they make a purchase. But obviously, if you do that, then you're going to get fewer people to buy. But that is another strategy, because if you're charging more, then you can also generate more money with every single sale. So those two ways are really, two simple ways. And then the third way is to get your customers to buy from you more often. So if you get repeat sales, then you can generate a lot more sales. If somebody comes in and they buy, a widget one time, you're going to make X amount of dollars. But if they come in every month and they buy another widget, you're going to make a lot more. It's, obviously why people really love a recurring income business model. But here's the specific tactic that I want to share with you is about increasing the average purchase size of the customer without raising your price. And in actuality, you may actually be lowering your price, but in the end, you're going to make more. And here's how it works. So if you have a product or a service that you're offering, now, a lot of times you'll try to include every option that you can, and you've built this really great offer or service or product that you want people to take advantage of, because you know that in its biggest form, with all the bells and whistles and options, it's the most effective or best results generating product version for your customer. But the trick is you want to get as many customers into your sales funnel as you can, because there's a big difference between someone who's a prospect, who's sort of interested in what you're offering, but they haven't really pulled the trigger yet, and an actual customer. A customer is somebody who actually spent money with you. It's a lot easier to get somebody to spend more money with you who's already spent money with you than it is to get somebody to buy from you in the first place. Any marketing expert will tell you it's much easier to go back to your existing customer base and make sales than it is to go out and find new customers. And it's pretty obvious if you've been in business for any amount of time and you do any follow-up marketing with your existing customer base. But here's how this strategy is going to work. So what you want to do is you want to create a base offer, and you want the base offer to have enough and include enough that the customer can get benefit from it. All right, and I will give you an actual example of this in a minute, because it works really well with software, but it will work with services, it will work with other kinds of products, it works with anything. The process is exactly the same, and I'll give you some real-world examples that you can use too. So let's just say, for example, with the software, let's say that I made a social media product, and the software allowed you to monitor all your social media accounts, and you could post new content and things like that. So it's a great product. And then I decided I would have these 12 social media services included. I would allow people to be able to schedule posts that go out. I would add all of these other features, and then I have this great product that I can sell. But here's the key to it. Instead of putting all of the features in the main product and raising the price up, instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the core bundle of the software itself. So I'm going to give you Twitter, Facebook, and maybe one other service. I'm going to let it monitor that for you, and I'm going to let you manually make posts through the software. and I'm going to hold back those other features. Now again, and this is really important to understand, I'm not holding back anything that makes the software not usable. Okay, that's a big no-no. It has to actually provide, the product or service you're providing has to actually give the customer a benefit. But if there's any way that it can be automated or enhanced, those are things that you want to hold off on. And what you're going to do is you're going to drop the price on your main product to keep it really low because you want to get people into your sales funnel. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use what's called a one-time offer or an upsell. And at checkout, what's going to happen is when a customer goes and they make the purchase, when you send them to the page that basically says thank you, instead of it being a thank you page with their access information, instead you're going to show them a second offer page. That one is going to be for an upgraded version of the product, service, software, whatever. So in my case, I could add on 3 other services. So LinkedIn, YouTube, and Reddit or whatever. I add on 3 more services, or Instagram. And then I also add the ability to make auto posts. So now I can schedule those posts as well. And if I get the upgraded version of the software, I'm getting all these extra features. Well, it makes common sense that if the person wanted my main software, they would want the enhanced features because it makes their life easier. So by doing it that way, and you can do as many steps of these as you want, 2 is actually a really good number. You have a base offer, and then you have 1 upsell, and then you have another upsell. When you get beyond that, you can start to irritate people with the number of different upsells. But it's good to have a main offer and then 2 upsells. The base offer's main goal is to get customers into your funnel, because even people that don't buy the upgrades right away, you can market to them over and over again. If you're capturing their email address, you're going to be able to go back to them again and again and offer them the upsells or other offers or affiliate offers or whatever, and continue to monetize that customer base. So it's worth a lot more to you than what the dollar value is that you receive by making the sale. Now, here's where you can sort of equate this to what you're doing in your business or your service. Let's say you make a product, and it's a widget that's a physical product, so there's no way that you can really add features to it. And you're thinking, okay, well, I mean, what could I really do for upsells then? I mean, I like the idea. And by the way, just to put some numbers to this, I've tripled my income on my product launches by using one-time offer upsells. So instead of making what I made on the front end, I made 3 times that amount of money by offering upsells. Now, if you could make the argument that if I raised the price and added it all in, I would have done well too. And I'm sure I would have done more than what I made on just the initial sale. But there's no chance that I would have converted nearly as many customers or I would have made nearly as many sales. I've tried it in both ways. And there's a lot of statistics on this, and a lot of studies have been done, and it's proven to work over and over again. If you watch carefully in your own personal life, you will see evidence of this happening to you, where you buy something and then when you go to check out, it says, hey, wait a minute, don't forget this, don't forget that. You're even seeing on major retailer sites now too, if you ever bought from like 1-800-PRO-FLOWERS or proflowers.com or 1-800-FLOWERS, when you go and you try to buy the flowers, they want you to add on balloons, they want you to add on. Now, that's similar, but those are just add-ons. This is a completely separate offer page where you're giving them a whole offer and they have to choose yes or no in order to move on. That is one of the keys to making this work. You don't allow them to delay the decision. They have to decide right now, do I lock in at this discount or do I click the button to say no thanks and just take me to the shopping cart where I can download my software or get access to my product? So getting back to how you could do this, no matter what business or service you're in, whether you're mowing lawns in a landscaping business or whether you're selling, tools, here's exactly how you can do it. If you can't make the physical product or service any different, what you could do is offer other upsells. For example, you could offer something, if it's a product-based business, you could offer a guide or a video training on how to get the most out of this product or how to use it in these different formats and different ways. You could offer, a live coaching component where you do live webinars, or a customer service component where they get priority support with a telephone number that they can call anytime they need support. And you can add these things and bundle them in as upsells. Now, if it's a service-oriented business, a great upsell is a monthly recurring where they get the same service over and over again, but they get it for cheaper than buying it up front. So if you're charging $49 for your kit, and then you tell them, we'll send you another kit every month, it's just $29.99 a month or $37.99 a month, it makes sense for them to want to sign up because they're getting a discount if it's something that they want to continue to use. You can offer training, you can offer an online course or some kind of course or support, or any kind of complementary product. Dollar Shave Club does this with you buy the razors, and then, by the way, you can get the shaving cream, and you can get the balm, and you can get this, and you can get the hot towels, and it's the same kind of thing. You think of what other things people that are going to want your product or service are using, and you bundle those in to upsell offers. But the key is to make those offers at the point of sale. Most people think, geez, if someone just spent money with me, they're not going to want to spend more. It's actually the exact opposite. The greatest period of time in terms of chances to make an additional sale to somebody is right after they bought. Not a week later, not a month later, not a year later, even though you'd think logically that would be the case. It's actually immediately after they've purchased, they're more likely to purchase again. So you can offer one-on-one coaching, personal support, whatever. You think outside the box in terms of what will work for offers. But this strategy can triple, quadruple your profits if you use it the right way. They make a purchase, they instantly get greeted with an opportunity to make another purchase at a good discount rate, but only if they act now. Once they click off the page, that offer is gone. And you can do that again and again. You could offer them 2 extra offers, and you will be amazed at how well this works. That is an instant trick that you can implement in your business right away, and you can start generating 3 times the profit almost overnight. If you have any questions or comments, leave them with me at leverageshow.com. And until next time, make it happen.